call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday the 16th of December. Just another episode. Going to go back over last week, have a quick look at this week's bet. There's no nap this week because I'm going to just discuss quickly what I'm going to do at Christmas. Same sort of tactic as I had last year. Trying to bet in games that I'm watching. But yes, we'll get that in a minute. So I'll just quickly go over last week. Main bet last week, I had Arsenal, United, Portsmouth, who all won. Fulham drew, and Hull ended up drawing as well. So that beat that. The overs, I had MK Dons, Oxford was up. Wycombe, Wimbledon up. Port Vale, Newport up. Torquay, Stockport up. And then Bournemouth, Blackburn. And it was 2-0. And it was 2-0 to Blackburn, which, you know, Bournemouth were favourites for the game. And couldn't even score a goal. So as usual with the overs, it get very, very close, but no cigar. The nap, which was done by Zuni, thanks to Zuni, he actually got 2 of the 3 up. He had MK Dons and Oxford, both teams to score, and over was up. Freiburg and Hoffenheim, both teams to score, and over, which was up. The other one, he had Liverpool to win and both to score, and it was only 1-0. So unlucky with that. My early bet, this is haunting me a bit. I don't know if I mentioned it on Twitter, but so I did Huddersfield to draw, which they did. There was a late goal to get a draw. Espanyol to win, which they did. I had over 5.5 City corners and over 1.5 cards for, I can't even remember, whoever City were playing, and that was up. And I had Dortmund to win at 1-2. The problem was that when I actually done the bet that morning, I had fancied Dortmund both teams to score, because when you looked at the form, that Banfield team had actually been scoring in a lot of games recently. I think they'd scored 9, conceded 8, and it was a better price. But I was in a rush to get out of the house, and I was just doing it quickly, flying through, and I just hit Dortmund to win. So my own stupidity cost me, I think it was 125 on that one. So yeah, that's just a bit of a lesson to review your bet before you actually hit place. You know, make all your selections, then have a look at them again when they're in the bet slip before you hit you hit confirm. So look, my own fault. You know, picking a draw and stuff. You know, you expect that to be the one that beats you. It's obviously hard to pick a draw. But anyway, the late bet was shite basically. I had United to win and over 1.5 goals, was 1-0. I had Wolfsburg both teams to score, that was beat. I had AC Milan, that was beat. I had Wrexham to win and both to score, that was beat. The only one that was up was Valencia to win. So the evening bet was shite. The favourites, so last week in total it was 54 games, so I'll run through the favourites, the draws and the outsiders. Premier League, 7 favourites, 1 draw and no outsider one. So Premier League was pretty consistent out of the 8 games. Championship, back to usual. So there was 11 games, 3 favourites, 5 draws and 3 outsiders. So again, a lot of draws in the Championship and not many favourites winning, as we've seen. I think last week was a good week, but before that there was many a week in a row there was very few favourites won. League 1, 12 games, there was 6 favourites, 3 draws, 3 outsiders. League 2, 12 games. Now this is strange for League 2. There was only 4 favourites, 3 draws, and there was 5 outsiders won, which is big for League 2. League 2 usually a lot more consistent with the favourites winning. And in the National League there was 11 games, 7 favourites, there was not a single draw, and there was 4 outsiders. So in total that was 27 favourites, 12 draws, 15 outsiders, and a total of 54 games. So that is exactly half, isn't that right? 27, 50, 54. Yeah, so exactly 50% of the favourites won. Sunday's bet. My phone's going there. Sunday's bet. Let me see. Yeah, it was okay for a while, but so I had PSG, they won. Leicester over 2s, that one. Leverkusen, Frankfurt both to score, that was up. Real Madrid won, and then 2 that was beat was West Ham, who drew, and Barcelona, who ended up drawing after winning. So again, a couple of nearlies, couple of way off, one that was my own fault. So again, I need a win soon. I do. It's starting to get pretty fucking annoying. But listen, what can you do? I'm still having fun, so I'm not losing enough where I'm worried, and I'm still enjoying it. So I'll keep going. So before I do this week's bet, I'll just quickly go over. If anybody listened to last season's podcasts at Christmas, again, like most of us, I like to bet for fun. I like to bet on games I watch. You know, sometimes you can't do it on 3 o'clock on Saturday, but you know, bet builders and things like that, I like to, you know, even if it's only a few pound, £2, £3, even a £5 or whatever, I just like to bet on a game that I'm watching because it gives you an interest. You know, teams or games that you're not really interested in, you'll enjoy because you're waiting on something. So this year, looking at it, so on Boxing Day there is 3 live games. Now it's felt funny this year because Christmas is the weekend. It's on a Saturday. Or is this Sunday? Sunday. So the way they're doing it is there is 3 live games on Boxing Day, and then there's obviously the midweek, which is I think Tuesday, Wednesday, might even be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so Sunday there is Liverpool play Leeds at early 12:30, then 5:30 Villa's Chelsea, 8 o'clock Brighton Brentford. See, there's a game that you probably wouldn't watch, but if you bet on it, you will. So what I'm going to do is I'll obviously do it back because there'll be other football that day, you know, Championship, League One, etc. So I'll do my bet, but I'll also have a small bet builder in every game that I'm watching. So that's 3 bet builders. And then we have on Tuesday, there is, I think that's 6 games, but they're all live. But obviously you can't, some of them are at the same time. So there is a 12:30 game, Arsenal Wolves. I'll have a bet builder on that. Then there's a 5:30 game, which is Leeds Villa, and then 8 o'clock Liverpool Leicester. So I'll have a bet builder on all 3 of those. Plus again, there's more Championship, League One and stuff. I'll have bets, at least one bet anyway, on that day. Then going on to New Year's Day, and it's pretty much the same. There is only 2 live games. There's 12:30 and 5:30. So I'll probably again have 2 bet builders on that. And then Sunday, again, there's 2 live games, but there's 5 or 6 games on. So I might even have a couple of bet builders on that. So, you know, at the minute, there's no nap this week, so I'll probably put funds away. I'll be, you know, the next week or two. Well, next week's Christmas, but this week I'll probably put a bit of money away extra. You know, I usually bet about 40 at the weekend, so I'll probably only bet 30 this weekend. Maybe put another 20 or 30 away separate, or lodge it in one of my accounts to pay for the extra bets that I'll be doing. But hopefully I won't need to do that if I get a winner. But I say it is what it is. It's Christmas, you know, sport's on. Might as well take advantage and do as many bets as you can afford without, you know, spending too much. So that's what I'll be doing. So that leaves me just to do this week's bets. So let's get on to it quickly. So the main bet, sticking with teams to win again. So we have, I'm going Blackburn. Blackburn are home to Birmingham at 10-11, which is 1.91. Currently Blackburn in really good form. They're sitting 4th in the table versus 15th, but they're actually top on form. Now this didn't work out too well for me last week when I did Hull, but Hull are, you know, middle, or actually in the bottom half of the league, but in good form. Blackburn are sitting 4th and also in good form. and Birmingham currently in 18th. So that's that. Next, I go to Northampton. Northampton currently sitting second in the league, second in form, have a pretty good home record second, and they play Barrow, who are sitting away down the bottom of the league. Form ways, Barrow like 19th. That price is even money, which is 2.0. Next, I have one in Italy, which is Juve. Juve currently 7th, obviously in poor form. Well, they're sitting 4th in form, but not the form you'd expect from Juve, who, you know, want to try and win the league, which is probably not likely. But they are away to Bologna. The thing that caught my eye here was that Juventus have beat them 6 times in a row away from home. Now, some of that goes back to 2017, which is pretty far away, but you know, even looking at the 2 in 2019 and the 2 in 2020, actually one of them was 2021. They beat them 4-1 in May. They beat them 2-0 in 2020. You know, so a team that sort of have a bit of form against. Juve are 5-6, which is 1.83. Next, back to England in League One, and we have Rotherham. Rotherham are away to Cambridge. Rotherham currently sitting top of the league. Cambridge down in 16th. Form ways, Rotherham top. Have second best home record. Cambridge won their last couple of home games. They've beat Rotherham 2 times at home, but that was back years ago. So it was. So you don't really count that. But those last 2 home wins are a bit of troubling. But I'm just looking at Rotherham's overall form, which seems to be good. The price of that one is 3-5, which is 1.6. And then lastly, this one is a bit dodgy because the game may be off, and if it is, I'll obviously have to add a replacement, but I was finding it slightly hard to pick games again. There was nothing that was jumping out to me. So the last one is United vs Brighton. I actually think it's still on. They were offering the price, then they took it away again, because obviously United had that COVID outbreak, or maybe it was United, and had the game postponed the other day. So, or it's meant to be tonight or last night, whenever it was. They had a midweek game postponed. But anyway, so United they're around about 4-7, 1-2, at home to Brighton. Won their last 2 games 1-0, so I wouldn't expect a big score. But I do think they'll beat Brighton. And I say that's 4-7 ish, but that's about 1.57, which in total is about 16-1. So I'm happy enough with that. Second bet, obviously my overs. I'll just rattle through these quickly. Obviously you know how I pick them. So we have Southampton Brentford evens, Watford Palace evens, Morecambe Fleetwood 4-5, Forest Green Mansfield 5-6, and Sutton Harrogate 11-10. Sorry, I didn't do the decimals on then, so it's evens 2.0, evens 2.0, 4-5, which is 1.8, 5-6, 1.83, and 11-10, 2.1. That works out in total about 26-1. So that's basically it. This will be the last episode until the new year. As I say, next week I'll take a wee week off. Enjoy a bit of time with my family at Christmas. I'll still be betting, so you know, follow on the Twitter and Instagram. You'll get my bets. Telegram too. So yeah, that's basically it. That just leaves me to say Merry Christmas first of all. If you are doing a bet over Christmas, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Here, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.